Good morning and welcome. It is Wednesday, the 6th of July. I am Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Okie doke. Today, coming up, we've got a normal stake day, so it's a £20 day. Before we do that, we will do the review of yesterday. And after we've done the horses, we'll then do this week's golf bets. It's a £12 golf bet. I've done it slightly higher, so I've been doing £10 and Kate last week was 8 because drops it a little bit, and there was a few things I didn't want to leave out really. So yeah, I've done it as a £12 golf bet this week, and then we'll have a very quick word on the tennis. So yesterday, what did we have? 15 on 494 back. So wasn't a good day. We haven't started the week well. Monday, Tuesday. Looked like we'd sort of had a good Friday, Saturday. Didn't make a lot of money, but a lot in the frame. Sunday was close, and then Monday, Tuesday, not been so good. Quite like the look of today's in terms of value. Just want some of the races to make sure they don't have any more non-runners and hold. That would be good today. So yesterday, what did we have? First leg here, Freedom Fireplace. Jamara Bridge was one out of the placings. So it started off okay, and then Glorious Charmer was poor, Bonita B was poor, and then Rose Fandango went and won at 13-2. So got some money back on that bet, but disappointing to have a winner and not much else with it really. Then the fourfold, that went down because the first two legs went down. Then that placed and we had a winner. But I think I've decided I'm going to do a few more. I did that a little bit more when I started the channel, and I've kind of gone away from it, but yeah, on days where I think it's viable, I'm going to do a few kind of 4-horse accumulators just for small stake. When I do the staking plans, you'll see for Ascot and Cheltenham, I quite like include those in there, and I think it's part of what I might do on a more regular basis going forward is putting an accumulator if I think there's one that's worth putting in. We then had this, which was rubbish really, so Perfect Swiss placed, and then Derrieres was so bad. I really thought on ratings that looked like it would run a much better race than it did. Golden Keeper, then that didn't get placed either, and then nor did the other two. So yeah, it was just pence back for Perfect Swiss. It was really, really poor on Betfree. So that was that. So yeah, as I said, 15 on 494 back. So today, what have we got? We've got 3 lucky 15s and a 4-horse accumulator, a fourfold. So I've done it as an afternoon lucky 15, and then I've got a Kempton lucky 15 and a Fairy House lucky 15. That is how we've done it. And those of you who saw last night, I put up a couple of horses. I have included them in today's bets, and I'll come to that. So first up this afternoon, better with Sky Bet on 2 of those races. So I'm calling it as a Sky Bet race. We've got in the first, excuse me, 130 Lingfield, Baston Hill 7-1. We're then going on to the 350 Catterick Monticello. I think it's one of those races where there's 8 runners, so I want it to hold 22-1. So there's no extra places on that one. Then the 450 Catterick How Bizarre, 20-1. And then finishing off, this is one I mentioned last night in the review, 535 Bath, Alakatatoff, we'll go with that. 13-2, 20p each way, lucky 15. So that's our first straightforward afternoon lucky 15. And then what I've done is, the horse that I flagged last night in the 6:15 Kempton Noble 1 at 50s, I've left it out of the lucky 15s. I just felt on balance it wasn't the right horse to put in the lucky 15s, and I didn't want to multiple up in the lucky 15s on that race. So this is what I've done. I've found 3 shorties and put it in with them. So rather than just do a single on Noble 1, just to make it a little bit more interesting and more complicated, I've done it as a 4-horse 50p each way fourfold. So I've got 3 shorties in there that I'm basically saying should be in the frame to go with Noble 1. So Noble 1, if it don't get near, then that's the bet done. But in that 6:15 race, there looks like there's 2 very established horses that should come first and second, an unraced horse with a cracking pedigree, and it's a question of, can anything else beat any of those 3? On paper, no, they can't. But at 50-1 fourth favourite, it's worth a little go. But I didn't want to put it in a lucky 15, so I'm just doing it this way rather than a single, make it more interesting. So we've got 240 Yarmouth, Michaela's Boy, 5-2, 3:30 Lingfield, Minoir 7-2. Then we've got Noble 1 at 50s, and then 7:35 Bath, Cassia 9-4. That's how I've done it. Entirely up to you whether you do the silly bet that I've done or you do your own version. But that is what I've come up with. Then in the Kempton bet, and I'm advising this with Paddy, the same place terms as Sky on these races, but you will get best price guaranteed on the bottom two. So the top two here are both free places. The bottom two are an extra place. Paddy have got that extra place too. Coral have got one of them. Rare I would flag Coral, but Coral have got one of those extra places. So Paddy are best, then Sky, then Coral, then everyone else. So bet free, we've got 6:15. So in that race, I'm going to go with, for the lucky 15, the unraced horse with a great pedigree. So Alamende, it's crackingly bred, and so I'm taking that at 15-2 it is now. That price is decent enough to say that, and everything else in the field that's run hasn't really run up to the standard that should get anywhere near. So we'll put that in the lucky 15. Alamende, 6:45 Alcoot. Again, that's one I'm hoping that holds eight runners. There's paying 3 places, 8 runners. Alcoot 22s. They've got 7:20 Masterminding at 12s, and the 8:20 Catch My Breath at 14s. 20p each way, lucky 15. That's the Kempton bet. And then finishing off, we've got the Fairy House bet. Better with Sky. Sky an extra place on all 4 races in this bet, so definitely better with Sky. 6:25 Walking on Cloud at 6. I'm taking a chance there on the 7:30 business. There's a few shorties at the top that look like they're the right ones. Then there's a lot of horses that are looking like they need a run. And this horse, the form says it's basically a synthetics horse. It'll run on the all-weather, but doesn't like the turf. But it's come down to a nice enough mark where I think it's worth a little go at that price. So I'm keeping that in there. And then the big 2 handicaps, the Sky are 6 on these. Most bookies are 5. These are my 2. 8 o'clock Company Keeping 20-1. 8:30 Tanseek 9-1. 20p each way, lucky 15, and we've got an additional double on the 2 Fairy House ones, Company Keeping and Tanseek. That is bet 4. Right, those are my horses for the day. Any questions, shove it in the comments. Thank you very much. Definitely feel like we are due a decent day. Like we had a nice enough day on Friday and Saturday in terms of, as I said, volume, but didn't convert to profit. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm overdue coming on here going, oh, we've had a nice day. So let's make it today. I've decided it's going to be today. So there we go. Right, golf, £12 golf bet. So there's three parts to this. I've got 12 golfers across the 3 tournaments, but 8 of them are the Scottish Open. So I'm stacked on the Scottish Open, but I've had a little go at the Barbasol Championship, and I've got a couple in the Seniors Tour event. So bet 1 is this for the golf. So 2 in the Barbasol Championship and 2 in the Scottish Open, where I've got singles and a tiny little bit of doubles on there. So in the Barbasol Championship, paying 6 places, David Lingmuth 125s and Josh Teeter at 70s, both 25p each way, singles that is. And then Scottish Open paying 8 places, Lucas Herbert 55-1 and Robert McIntyre 80-1, both paying 45p each way, singles. And then 4 cross 10p each way doubles. So it's double combinations on all 4 of those. That is bet 1 for the golf. Then bet 2 is my lucky 15, which is half the golf stake this week. So all Scottish Open, top Australian paying 2 places, Min Woo Lee. I think Paddy are paying 3 places on that one, which is quite generous, but the odds aren't as good. It's worth having a little look around to see what you can get, because there are slightly better prices in places on this specific bet. So top Australian, Min Woo Lee. Then top South African, we're going to go Tristan Lawrence again. I think that price is decent enough, so we're taking him again. He was top South African last week when we had him. Let's see if we can go again. Then top Swedish, paying 3 places, Marcus Kinhult, 10-1. And then top English, paying 4, Aaron Rye, 9-1. 20p each way, lucky 15, £6 your bet. That is bet 2. And then the last little bit of bet, I've got 2 more Scottish Open singles and 2 Bridgestone Senior Championship singles. So in the Scottish Open, I've got 2 biggies there, Podrick Harrington and Jack Senior. And then in the Bridgestone Championship, paying 5 places, Scott Perrell and Rod Pampling. And I've done that. They're 4 times 30p each way singles. So I haven't done those as crosses, so don't get confused. The bet one was the cross doubles. I haven't done these as cross doubles. So these are just 4 30p each way singles, which makes $2.40 a bet, £12. Hopefully that is clear. That is this week's golf. Quick word on the tennis. Odin Jabeur won yesterday, so we've got 163 back. I made that, plus the 50p that we had for a refund for Roberto Bautista Agut. Puts us on £2.13 return off our £10 tennis wager. And now it's down to Taylor Fritz. So if Taylor Fritz beats Nadal today, we get about £3. But the biggie then is if he gets through the semi-final and then he wins, then we'll be excited. So Taylor Fritz today. Can he beat Nadal and give us a few more quid in the tennis? That's what we're looking at. All right. That is me for the day. I will see you in the morning. Thanks very much. Cheerio.